Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon running back Nate Penaranda. And Nate, your role in the offense as a running back has been increasing a little bit with the wear and tear on the running back crew, and you really have stepped it up very well. I know that not as many yards as you wanted against Central, but certainly the game against Dixie State shows the kind of things that you can do, and I'm sure that was heartening for you after last year with all the frustration with injuries.
Yeah, last year I missed the last 7 games of the season with a torn MCL. And just a couple of weeks ago, Joe Harris went down with a shoulder injury. And we had kind of a nice rotation going, and now just Dylan and myself have kind of had to step it up. And, yeah, it's been going good so far. Your role had been to kind of work in with Joe. You were kind of the thunder to his lightning, but in that Dixie game in particular, I keep referring to it, you showed that you've got some wheels as well. It just takes one more gear, I guess, before you hit top speed. Yeah, I guess so. We got up. I think we were up the whole game, but it kind of came down to the end there where we just kind of had to run the clock out, and the offensive line did a pretty good job, so we were just able to get the job done.
Now, I've talked with the coaches here, and the injuries this year have been higher than normal, and it's impacted a lot of things like the offensive line. That's been talked about a bit, but what I want to focus on is how this team has hung together, despite, there's some folks that might fold like a lawn chair when they get to that point, but this team has been resilient in that regard, and coaches have said that the senior leadership has been a key part of that. Talk about that aspect from your perspective.
Yeah, well, as a freshman, I think my class came in with probably 35 guys, and just over the years, whether it's grades or just not making it for whatever reason, guys just kind of dropping out. I think we're down to 6 of those original 35 guys, and with such a small group, it just makes our role just that much more significant in terms of leadership. So, myself, Berg, Tyrell, Dylan, Kyle Lane is now coaching. Bill Ellington, I think, we're the only guys that are still left. So, we try to do a good job with leadership and stuff like that.
Yeah. And in that regard, I think a lot of the younger guys have kind of stepped up and also filled some leadership roles as you've inspired them. I think of Shane Kinsey as one example, but certainly not the only one.
Yeah, Kinsey, Craig, who's actually technically a senior, but he didn't redshirt. But, we have a lot of juniors that are doing a really good job, and, like you mentioned, you even have some freshmen like Paul Revis and guys that have really stepped up. The offensive line, we're starting 3 freshmen. It's kind of just taking a whole effort from everybody.
Now, I ask this of seniors every year, and as your season's winding down, and it is, what's in your future? What are you looking to do? I mean, we talk academically, we talk career-wise, all those things. What kind of things are you looking at? Not committing to necessarily, but looking at.
Yeah, that's a big question. I think I want to go into strength and conditioning. Kind of just working with Coach Metzger over there in the weight room. That's kind of something that I found myself pretty interested in. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go into that. But I guess we'll see in these next coming months.
As this season does wind down, your senior year, what kind of significance does it take each time you put on that helmet for a ball game here? Does it feel like it's going too fast?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been thinking about this moment, for the last couple of years, just kind of flash forwarding in my mind to the day I'm going to put my helmet on for the last time. And, like you've mentioned injuries, right now I'm dealing a knee injury, and I'm kind of battling, should I push it for this Saturday? And I keep asking myself, are you going to play ever again after this? So, it's crazy to think about, and it's not something I really like to think about, but, it's pretty crazy.
But the memories that come from this team, being here for as long as you've been, I'm sure there's some things in your mind that will stand out as highlights of being part of Western Oregon football. You want to share any of those?
Yeah, actually all my memories from football, when I look back, no matter where it's been, either at Union or even youth football, really what I think I'm just going to remember is just practicing with the guys. Here we, practiced at 6:30 in the morning, and, it sounds terrible, but, coming down to these last 4 weeks, it's something I'm actually really going to miss.
Okay. And finally, if you could say anything to your teammates out there about how it's been going, I don't want any tears now when you do this, but what are some things you'd like to say to them about this experience with them?
It's just been a great time, not only with this team we have now, but the guys in the past. I'm going to miss it a bunch.
man, a few words, but the right words. Nate Penaranda here of the Western Oregon Wolves. Nate, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for your time on this one.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.